I'm the hottest, I'm the realest, I'm the shit, I'm the best. And now I ain't blue, but nigga, what you do? And how you finna get started? I got it, nigga. Yourself, you heard I'm very show. It's scared you to death. You know. You ain't know my level. And you know. You know. You know. Like terrible said, I want you to be careful how you pick your battle. If it's never to be like scratch to he just my shadow. Come down, that's your brother. What you should know. That's me. The slang. My ears to the streets, I never hear about Charles. I'm Charles, he's a mark. I'm the truth, he's false. Pillow boy, that's why they sleep on dude. He's soft. I'm Batman, you Robin. I'm Mario, you Luigi. Get some prescription Cartier links. You still can't see me. Used to be my protege when you was down. I helped you build your hope and faith. Motivate you, put you on. So how you don't complain? You lame, you only want the fame, but don't nobody know your name. So you ain't on Ronnie Bold.
Breakers out of stolen game.
Hold it down from the Golden Gate to the frozen state. Envy's written all on your face. Now they know you fake. When I was pulling all nighters, grinding all day long, you had to be home before the street lights came on. I got the holy flow, I'm heaven sent. Campaign like presidents, and all I ever did was provide a helping hand. I tell you about these jealous friends, but I'ma be the better man. Cause I love you so much that I will let you in. But you know that you ain't on my level lyrically, and you know that you's a little boy compared to me, man. You know you ain't never had a car this clean, and you know about that AR-15, and you know that you don't really want it with me, and you know you can't stand on your own 2 feet, cause you know I taught you everything you know. But don't hate cause you ain't got the same fame as Bo. And don't think since a nigga go to church I'm scary, cause ain't nobody fucking with me like the Virgin Mary. The rawest nigga walking on the face of earth, you hear me? Hall of Fame baller, the boy got more birds than lyrics. And anybody got a problem with me, but dissing you, I don't discriminate. Tell them they can get it too. Yeah, you can get it too. Shit, y'all can get it too. Nigga, meet me on the block. They can't see me in the booth. Fruit cake, you ain't built for this. You too sensitive.
Flawless victory. Finish it. Finish it.
Oh, what's going on, y'all? We got one more. We got one more. One more. One more. One more.
Down, man, I'm tired. Down every time I come around, cause I ride forward, Benz, Porsche, the whip looks gorgeous, and the truck snoring, yeah, shut them down, watch me shut them down, shut them down, and I'm finna flood the town, cause I got bricks, slabs, 4.5 ounces, grams, even down back, shut them down, them boys ain't on shit, nigga I'm a shark, and you just a goldfish. Say you been through it all, you ain't got murk yet. Dirt bag, nigga, use a bit.
Y'all say y'all can't hear. Y'all can't hear. Y'all can't hear. I can hear. I can hear. Y'all can't hear. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can. If you can hear, can you hear me now? No, no sound. No sound. Now you can hear. But you at first you can't hear. Now you can hear. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me on the mic. 1 in the chat if y'all can hear. Y'all can hear? Can you hear? All right, all right. I like that. I'm feeling that joint. I'm feeling that joint. I'm feeling that joint. Welcome, welcome. Hey, y'all, what's going on? What's going on? I had to rush this today, y'all. I had to rush to today. Listen, I'm just getting off work. When we call my phone, I got to get off work. I got to get off work. She say it's choppy, but you couldn't hear the music. Well, let me tell you, it's a headbanger, girl. I was over here doing a stanky leg. Stanky leg. I was like, okay, okay. However, this is one of his old joints. Everybody under this umbrella have now became familiar with Ronnie Bo, who has now been active out here on the YouTube street and has stumbled himself over here across in the Kells Nation, okay? And the Kells supporter group over here. We'll find out at some time whether if he will regret it or follow through on his demonstration to have some demolishing of this lawsuit act that he is trying to put together, and have R.kelly come aboard on as a witness to help show the mistreatment of the disastrous of the hygiene or whatever is going on in the MCC. Ronnie will be hitting a link here soon. He knows that I am live, so we'll wait for him. And as he come in, everybody welcome Ronnie. There is a few rules tonight. Okay, a few rules. We're going to have a disclaimer. One is the things that Ronnie Bo says on this channel all belongs to Ronnie Bo, and OnePapoose will not in no shape, form, or fashion be held accountable for his opinions, his facts, his thoughts, his perceptions, his dialogue, or any of the above. I decided to reach out, have my turn to sit on a panel with us just as communicators, you know, back and forth. Ronnie Bold, do understand a little bit of how my chat kind of goes over here. And, you know, I come to have fun at the same time with getting down to some nitty gritty. So I do have some questions, and I do have them. They all everywhere, but I'm gonna get them together as we go along. And y'all know how this shit goes. One open up something, we elaborate on it. You know, I open up something. Ronnie Bo has the right to elaborate, or he can choose to pass on it. But I do kind of come back, you know, with I got a problem, or I got something to say on that. Like, wait a minute here, wait a minute. But I see that everybody is welcoming him, to give him the opportunity to see what it is that he has to bring to the table to join forces or help bring together a force. Because as you guys know, we have been so divided over here, and it's always welcoming as long as a person is on the right path to allow people to make that choice to come along for the ride and stand behind whomever is deciding to go to the forefront. Before Ronnie Bo hits the link, I'm waiting on him to, you can hit the link anytime and I will bring you on. But I do want to give some shout out. I'm going to give my shout out to, I believe that Kale's Nation, because while everybody's over here, your mama this, your daddy that, your uncle this, and your sister brother that, they made some noise. A lot of people, you guys saw it with the tweet today, they made some noise. To my understanding, the noise went towards the situation about Mr. Kelly developing blood clots after, you know, being put in the cast, having surgery, being put in the cast, and they did not follow through with the time frame of, you know, when the cast was supposed to come off. So the medical treatment that Mr. Kelly is looking forward to have is not moving adequate enough or faster enough to, you know, to make sure that he's in good health. So I'm looking around at the crowd out here, and I do understand everybody is in an uproar. Prayer is prayer, and you may not see me engaged in a lot of things that goes on, and that's because, and I discussed that earlier on when I first came on my lives, once I hand something over to God, it's only up to God now, because I know that his power of doing is way more bigger than what I can do. And I'm a sole believer is once you pass it on, you got to leave something alone. But I understand that people practice what, you know, how they practice with their biblical or spiritual belief. And I'm not here to take that from anybody, but I will shout Hell's Nation out. They got right on it. They started to contact certain people pertaining to this situation about Kels being heard on the news. I got a phone call from my mom. Right? She's like, oh my God, what's going on? Kel's got blood clots, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, well, yeah, but all of his supporters they really on it. You know, a lot of them kind of, you know, go overkill. And right now is to show how demanding that they are for questions to be answered, you know, what's going on. So got a lot of people that I guess is allegedly very close to him and very heartfelt for Mr. Kelly, very passionate and all of that stuff. So I had to explain this stuff to my mom. And I said, but with this go round, it looks like that they did get a job done, like effective immediately, because it popped on the news through the one lady who named that the Kells Nations was calling out. I believe it was Alyssa or something like that. So when I kind of looked at it, sure enough, you know, her name was on there. I have my dislikes about how the news do present and bring the dialogue out about Mr. Kelly once, you know, they trying to bring their stories, but that's just my personal dislike, and there's nothing that I can do with it. But I'll be like, really? Y'all ain't even have to go that way, but really? But the news is news. News, media is media. And it is what it is. So shout out to them. Shout out to them, because it's a good feeling to click on and look in one area and watch some people actually, you know, getting some response to some things that become of a concern to them, as opposed to when you look, he's got to come in, transformation. He's got to come in the chat and click the link on the top, because I'm on Zoom. I'm not on StreamYard. So yeah, He's got to come in the chat. So we gotta help Ronnie get into the chat and click the link. That's all. And I will see him come backstage. I'm on Zoom. So shout out to them. Can I get some shout outs to the Chaos Nation in the chat room for getting the news media to get this heard out in the general population, to the public out here, to bring some awareness of the conditions that Mr. Kelly is going through, and I'm sure plenty others, which is why Ronnie B has been invited to come on to shed some light on these particular conditions that is going on up in there. To most of us, it's not new. This is a condition that basically kind of goes on, you know, nationwide, but unfortunately, since Mr. Kelly's life is passionable by a lot of supporters out here. This seems to be a hot topic, like get it together, because you have, you know, what they say, one of our own up in here, and a lot of people care for him. So moving forward, how y'all doing today? And again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I did say that there were going to be a few rules up in here, right? Because I know that there's a lot of people that normally don't gravitate to OnePapoose channel. But if you are new here, go ahead and please hit my like button over here. Share some love, rub on that like button at the bottom. There is another rule that I know a lot of you all will not like, but y'all know how that goes. At this point, kind of really don't give a fuck. Okay. Yeah, y'all was on. Okay, baby. So if you're not frequently to the channel, and this also goes out because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of more question comes up. This with Ronnie Bo visiting different chats, everybody cannot get their question through that they would like to have answers. So I am going to be open to address your questions pretty much at the end, right? But to get your questions through and for me to see them, I'm sorry. You're going to have to highlight it in a super chat, whether you like it or not. My mods are not subjected to these rules. I will respond to my mods because they're here to support me with the attempt of trying to build my channel. So that rule is going to stick throughout the rest of the night, unless I just, you know, feel in some type of way and feel like reaching into the chat room and grabbing a question from the chat. But other than that, you want your question posed to Ronnie B, it's going to have to be into a form of a super chat. Whatever you feeling generous about, $1 is even fine with me, but I'm going to roll this live just that way. Shout out to all of the other bloggers who have had an opportunity to sit with Ronnie B. Shout out to you. Job well done, you know, for what you expected it, how well you wanted it to go. Over here, it's going to be a little bit different, okay? Me and Ronnie B is going to vibe as if we're like, you know, sitting on the couch, been knowing each other forever, because I'm coming with some and we're going to, you know, let him vibe. Hope he bring his wine and relax. So, but I'm surprised that y'all could not hear one of his songs. Allegedly, well, not allegedly, it's facts. Ronnie Bold is a rapper. You know, I don't know if he's still rapping to this existence, but we will find all of that out, you know. He has a little bit of what I am going to ask him and elaborate on. So we're going to be tapping into quite a few things. Y'all know me, I like to jump around, so I'm going to try to keep it like straightforward until we finish up with one topic. So let me see, let me work, let me find them, yeah, let me find them. Okay, so he's got to, oh, he needs the link to, does he need the link to my channel? Is that what he needs? I think he needs the link to the channel. So that means, hey, Ronnie Bold must not be subscribed yet. Is that what that is? Because subscribers get the notification, right? So everybody in the chat, tell Ronnie B. Bold to subscribe. And he'll get I'm just kidding. Let me see. Let me grab my link to my channel again. I could have sworn that I sent it to him. You're done. You're done. Yep, I did. I did send it to him. I definitely did. I did. I sent it to him. Okay, you sent it to him? All right. So we're waiting on Ronnie Bo. But you guys said that you cannot hear. I wanted you guys to hear his music. He started out at a very young age with the music. I don't want to really talk about it because I do want him to speak on his music. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, y'all can't hear the music. I'm over here doing a stanky leg. All that shit. Like, okay, this is club banging shit, and all that stuff, right? Yeah, I did recall him saying that he was from Milwaukee. Um, we're gonna ask him some questions about his career in rapping. What do we have to look forward to as far as new music or what's going on? And we're gonna jump into a little bit of his indictment that he went through pertaining to that, to get some understanding of exactly who we are speaking with. You have to learn a person before you try to trust a person and feel that their word is bond on the proposal and standing on it, right? Because he's over here now, like, I call it the belly of the beast. I don't know about y'all, but it's the belly of the beast over here. We're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about a little bit of Malcolm X. There is a story out here about Malcolm X. If you guys don't know about it, it really, really does kind of equate to a little bit of Mr. Kelly's story. If you can think outside of the box and, kind of put that together, if you can change the characters up in Malcolm X, one of these stories that I found, you can clearly see that. We're going to talk about the elites. We're going to talk about why Jay-Z, when, the information was out that, Mr. Kelly and Jay-Z went through some things and the lawsuits was out there. And a lot of people thinking that, it was Denton. We want to talk about, his music that he, said that he would, was going to drop something about Jay-Z. So, we want to know, the purpose and then the conclusion behind that. We want to get into the develop of this elite thing that everybody likes to talk about and portray, that this, this is the elite people and people are following these specific orders to do X, Y, and Z to each other. I'm going to talk about all of that, but we're waiting. Let's see if you find it. Let's see if you find it. Let's see if you find it. Let me copy it again and send it to him again and welcome him aboard. Again, welcome everybody to the chat. And I appreciate all of you guys showing up. Like I say, it's a little bit different. This is a kind of a chill moment, as if I've been knowing him forever. I talk, shit. I don't hold back. I got to ask you, you ask me, yada, yada, yada. He has all rights to pass up whatever questions that he does not want to answer, but we going deep. We diving in. We diving in. So, as soon as we get him here, what's going on, everybody in the chat? What's going on? I'm sorry y'all couldn't hear his music, but I don't know why. I don't know why. But we're gonna find him. I'll be posting up this link that he has. I got to share it to my email, get it up for you guys, because he's obviously have prepared some asking for, those who planning on joining the force with him to make further noise with this MCC situation. Then if you feel comfortable with it, then by all means, don't hesitate. They say you got to get in for some reason. If you don't find a reason, find one. Make some happen. Okay, what's going on? Again, everybody in the chat. My mods are in the chat. Hopefully that they're are no distractions. My hand is on the trigger in case my mods go to sleep. I'm the bag up, so I am here. Again, to ask a question, there must be, he's having trouble. I just clicked on, hold on, I'm gonna. Let's see if I can send it to him again. I just sent it to him again. So literally, if he just click on the link right there, I'm gonna make a rap. I'm gonna bust a rap on him. Boy, you late. Click on the link. We ain't got all got that. Click on the link. Click on the link. While we wait for Ronnie to click on the link, thank you guys. Girl, you know, I usually don't have any problems over here. So hopefully everybody that is showing up is humble and welcoming me just as well as I'm welcoming everybody, you know, just come on in the upper room. Come on in. Yes, no, I sent him the link to my channel. So if he clicks that link, it's gonna open, there he is. Oh, that's a lady. Let me see who this is. Who is Keitha Turner? Let me see who this is.
Hello?
Okay, because I just hit it from his messages. So tell him to hit the link and at the top of the chat, then hit the Zoom link and then I can bring him on.
Hello?
Miss Turner.
Let me chat in her.
Who is Miss Turner? Keitha. Hey. No, I cannot hear you, but you're on my panel.
Hello?
And why? Who? I'm not sure who you are.
Tell her this is Ronnie Bo. I had to log in from my girlfriend.
You say you can't hear the music. As
Hello?
soon as I find out who Keitha
This is Ronnie Bo. This is Ronnie Bo.
Turner is.
This is Ronnie Bo.
You heard him say hello? I didn't hear him say hello.
This is Ronnie Bo.
I can't hear him.
Hello?
Nope, I cannot hear him at all.
Why?
I see the message. If Ronnie Bold is that you under Keitha Turner? How the hell do y'all hear him?
That's your end.
Oh Lord, listen, I guess I got to turn up the volume.
Girl, like, come on.
Snoop Dogg, baby, Snoop Dogg, Fruit Snoop Dogg. Okay, I'm gonna get these people up here. Okay, so I got a perspective. I'm up. I'm ready. Goddamn crap. All right.
Just coming to see if it really works.
Okay, no, I got it. I'm just trying to see who is Keith Turner.
Just told you who it is.
Oh, he's on the girlfriend's phone. Oh. Okay. Got it. He ain't bring no girlfriend to the other chats. Ronnie, are you there?
Say something.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Are you gonna come on the screen or no? What's
I'm trying to turn my camera off from him. I gotta do it through my iPhone. Just a
I'm
second.
like,
I'm sorry.
what's up, Keith? He ain't combed his hair today or what? He ain't got his
No,
glasses. What's going on?
I gotta try to turn my camera on through my
Okay.
settings.
All right. All right. Y'all in trouble. He brought a girlfriend today. Oh, let me drink to that.
I'll turn my camera on.
They working on it. I'm not gonna edit his name. If that's how he wanted to come on, then he can come on. Yeah, y'all need to change your name to Ronnie. You gotta change your name. Come on, y'all. Y'all at least got to give me that, Keitha. Am I pronouncing your name right? Keitha?
Yes,
Keitha.
yeah, you read. I'm trying to figure out how to turn my camera on from my device. Settings and privacy.
Well, I sent the link late. You said you couldn't zoom in from your phone for whatever reason, so you sent the link late. Got time. Yeah, we got time. She's working on it. Queenie say she know what she say. She saw that mess last time.
Yeah, like I did.
Oh, you went to camera. You gotta go to privacy.
Where's privacy on here?
Tanika.
Oh,
He said, you know how Black folks do. Y'all silly. Silly people, silly people. Give them time, y'all. They working on it. They working on it. Okay, let's try this one. Then I may have to let the other one down. See, that one is up. I'm gonna drop the other one off. There you go. You got it. Don't be sitting over there like you mad at me.
You sent the link late, ma'am.
I
And
said
yeah,
I was gonna.
and yeah, I got my glass. I got my glasses too.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. Thank you, girlfriend. Thank you for helping us out. You gonna change your name, or do you want me to change your name?
Yeah, change it if you could.
Go change your name. You got to come as you are. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Then I'm going to oh Lord, why am I putting in Johnny Cash? That's crazy as hell.
Ronnie, last name B.O.
Yes, sir. I got it. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now looks better. Looks better. Welcome to the show. Nice to meet you. Finally. Finally. Nice to meet you. How has your journey been on the YouTube sector of R.kelly?
Just like FaceTime with somebody, you know. The only thing they try to hold me on too long.
They hold you up. Oh.
That's the only difference. I usually only stay on the phone or FaceTime for 5 minutes and hang up.
Oh, okay. But we got a lot of questions though. You know, we got a new, new face on the scene making noise. So it's just been a lot of questions. Everybody got those who, what, when, where's, and why's. Most of us have heard your story, so hopefully that we're not too long. I did speak to you and I kind of told you that I asked you if you didn't mind, if there was a few things that I wanted to touch on, starting off with your, I don't even want to say your youth, going past your youth. You started off as a rapper. You got into rapping, and obviously you're still rapping, right? What inspired you to do your rapping? First of all, hold on, everybody, welcome Ronnie Bo to the chat. I appreciate it, you guys, for showing up and allowing him to, continue to be a part of his knowledge, putting his knowledge out over, I call it the umbrella of R.kelly supporters over here, or non-supporters is still this is just our umbrella over here. Some good, some bad, but that's here, near, or there. You said, what's your name? Oh, your name is Rolanda. Okay. So I try not to pay attention to the chat any much. The mods kind of do that. So what I do and will see, like I told them, a question pops up. It has going to come up in the form of a super chat, or I don't see it because I want to stay focused with you. So I don't see that much over there unless you're watching the chat and you choose to address something in the chat. That's fine with me. And then I'll pause. Okay. So your music. What inspired you to rap?
I can't remember. I've been rapping since I was 9. I don't know what my thought process was back then.
Rhyming is something a lot of people will find kind of hard to do, and some of it just comes natural. Was it natural for you, or is it something that you just kind of, you wrote down and you kind of learned it until your memory just digested to it became natural for you? Like most people can just get up and just rap. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, when I was a kid, me and a few of my peers, we used to do what we call ribbing and roasting, and sometimes we'd do what battle rappers do and just talk about each other and in a rhyming matter. I think that's probably where it started, but I was inspired by people like Tupac. So when I really started writing when I went to jail for the first time, I was 14. I was just bored and had nothing to do, so I started making Dear Mama type songs. You know what I mean?
You have little gangster songs now too, though.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah. I'm a gangster. I'm a real gangster.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that. You spoke in the aspect here and there, about oppression. So I kind of want to talk about that because I get confused a little bit about us. When I say us, I mean our culture, right? I get a little confused about it, so I want to see if you can try to help me understand it a little bit more. So I'm being educated, by you as well through this dialogue that we're about to do. When you took off, you've done some music. I've checked them out and I've listened to them. Actually, I kind of like them. So I was over here stinking leg into one of them. I was like, okay, this is cool. You do it. That one got that stanky leg beat. It does. I was like, okay. And of course, I love music. So I don't know my music like everybody until it comes on, and then I decide that I like it. If you ask me, well, who sang and who did what, I'll be like, shit, I don't know. You're gonna have to drop that, so I can hear it or whatever.
Yeah.
Somewhere, I don't know what age, maybe you can help us with the age frame. Right. I like to touch on the learning process and the behavior process of living, right? You don't have to get too personal about it, but we're just trying to find out who is Ronnie Bo. That's it. Somewhere in between your rapping and being inspired by doing so, and I'm pretty sure making money. Did you have any collabs out there, or anybody who was backing you on your music? Who was your production or sign, or you was just doing it?
Never had
just doing it.
I never had no investor. And then I learned the music business myself. I mean, well, I was taught most of what I know, but I just picked up from what I was taught and started ordering music books about music marketing, music publishing and stuff like that. But as far as backing and investing, it was all my money. Never had no
Okay,
investor or nothing like that, or nobody to help me with nothing I did.
okay. And why did you didn't reach out for management or what did
No,
you
I
do?
wish I wish I could have found some help, but I've been a hustler all my life. I've been selling drugs since I was 11. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
not that I'm still doing it, of course. Of course, I'm not still doing it, but you know, I started when I was 11. So
Right. Isn't that the process though? When let's keep it in the drug area, right? And you make a certain amount of money, so now you have enough money to put you in the studios and things like that for someone to pick you up, right? And put you out there. That never happened. Put you on.
No, I ain't never need nobody to put me on. I'm independent to this day. I'm gonna stay independent.
Okay. All right. Fair answer. Fair answer. So moving on, fast forwarding in your career, I'm gonna say, yeah, your career, because to me it's a career. When you put your passion and everything, all of your eggs in one basket. Because right now I'm looking at you as a growing rap artist. There was some trouble along the way. You got handed down an indictment. Okay. I read I read what I can find as far as your indictment, and that indictment also took a turn on you in part of your life. Um, caused you to, from what I'm reading, dealing with, this was what, 94, early 90s or something like that? So it's an
No,
old one, but usually things will,
no,
what was it?
you looked up the wrong case. I was born in '86. I'm 36 years old. I, I caught my first case at 14 in 2000. I got indicted in 2017.
Okay, and you talked about the fact of having whatever girlfriend or whatever, and some traveling back and forth to this girlfriend or whatever to Chicago. That came to my understanding in that you appealed that case. It has something to do with the Department of the Public Aid people or whatever, and restitution, right? That is you, right? Is that you or no?
No,
That's not you?
no, not.
All right, moving on then.
I appeal my indictment too. I appeal my indictment, but if you want to look me up, my government name is Ronnie Martin. The indictment was case number 17 CR 597. If you're not looking that up, I don't know.
Okay. All right, well, let's fast forward. I just kind of want to touch on it, make sure that's not you. So just give us a little background now of your lawsuits that you have stated that you were going after, and how is that working for you, or has it concluded? What's going on with that?
Which lawsuit?
Said that you mentioned on the live that you filed 2 lawsuits, and this one here you took above the government to the nation.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, for the record, I filed 4 lawsuits. I already won or settled, or whatever you want to call it, 2 of them. The 2 that's pending, I had one against MCC Chicago and the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and that was based on incidents when I was locked up with R.kelly. And the recent one I filed in March, well, it's still March, right? Yeah, I filed March 1st against the United States government in the International Court of Justice. And I just, being a follower of Malcolm X and studying his path to justice, I just, figured out that would be the wisest and the best way to seek justice for not only myself, but people like me who, have experienced some of the worst injustices in the United States of America, including Larry Hoover, R.kelly, Jeff Ford, just everybody else. I was locked up with a lot of people who had some very unjust cases, so I'm just taking a stand for us all, really.
Okay. Larry Hoover is still locked up, correct?
Yeah, so is R. Kelly and Jeff Ford and everybody else I'm fighting for.
And in this current lawsuit that you have, that I kind of went through it, that you posted up, I think it was, what was River TV? Whose show was that? Riley TV or something?
Juice Talk TV, baby.
Juice Talk TV.
Juice Talk. Huh?
Is the names that you mentioned also in the lawsuit?
That's not, he wasn't addressing that lawsuit in particular. He was addressing the one that I have where it's against MCC Chicago and the Federal Bureau of Prisons where R. Kelly is listed as a witness.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that Malcolm X kind of did the inspiring you to do this whole dialogue pertaining to injustice for men rights. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Malcolm X's approach was the only approach that I ever studied in the history of America that made sense for Black Americans and people like myself. So I took that approach.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Let me see which way I want to go with this now. I think when you first came on to Infamous Sylvia, and you opened up by saying Jay-Z, you started to mention Jay-Z. Why, can you explain again, why do you feel that Jay-Z needs to be brought to light as opposed with any type of connection? Am I breaking up with R. Kelly?
Yeah, I could, you was definitely breaking up, but I could hear you. Now you said, why should he be brought up and connected?
Yeah, you brought him up. You showed a little bit bitterness with Jay-Z. Not that I'm on his side, I'm just asking a question.
Not bitter to Jay-Z. I also said that Jay-Z is my favorite artist, but however, you know, R. Kelly noticed that he was being fucked over in contracts when he realized how much people like Jay-Z was worth. You know, he should, even to this day, be worth more than Jay-Z with his music catalog. If they want to, you know, fuck them over, how they fuck them over. So when you study how the industry work and the people who own and control the music industry, like Kanye West been exposing, you know, the music industry, the media is owned by, you know, these Jews. Some people call them satanic Jews because some of their operations are not so good, you know, kind of evil, you know, when they influence rappers to, you know, they don't like to put out the type of positive music Tupac used to put out. They want us to put out music to tell us to kill each other, because the music industry executives also own the prison industry. You know what I'm saying? So it coincides and they make money both ways. You know, they got these rappers influencing us to kill each other, and then when we kill each other, or they influence us to sell drugs, and then when we sell drugs, we end up in jail. So they making money both ways. And I just, you know, just based on some of the discussions I had with R. Kelly and just things that I studied about the music industry myself and things that I heard people like Louis Farrakhan speak on, I just feel like Jay-Z is not really in the best interest of our culture. And so that's why I'm speaking out. I you know, expose what I think about that in my book. And I also just wrote a song about it that will be coming out soon.
If the notation about Jay-Z is out here in the media, the public, right? And everybody's sharing the same topic about him as far as this quote unquote alleged empowerment that he has over particular people of what he can and cannot do, being directed underneath of what a lot of people like to say, a particular type of that the possibility of him being able to blacklist, you know, whomever, you know, he felt that didn't fit, you know, where they supposed to fit. And the timing of it, I'm being careful with my words and stuff, because you know, I don't need no mess. But I
mentioned
don't
that in my
know.
new song too.
It's which one?
I mentioned that in my new song too, as far as being blacklisted. It should be out by next week. I'm gonna release it exclusively on Juice Talk TV.
Okay. Is that where is that part of, is that your show with them, or is that the
No,
title of your show, your YouTube?
no, Juice Talk TV is owned by a business associate and good friend of mine. I'm not gonna take no credit for his establishment.
But that's where you'll be sharing most of your work through them.
Yeah, it's just good for business and you know our friendly bond. You know, I rather you know blow up through him so that he can you know blow up with me, basically.
Okay, all right. So networking and equals marketing. I mean, I get all of that.
Yeah.
But let's get back a little bit on the Jay-Z thing, because it's not just you. It's been a lot of you guys where I'll hear it. I'll click on this channel where everybody talks about what they have to fix or what we can fix, but yet then you unless it's some back of the scene stuff going on.
I don't got shit to fix. Fuck Jay-Z. I'm R.kelly supporter. Free R.kelly, fuck Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? R.kelly should be richer than Jay-Z right now. And I ain't hating on Jay-Z. I'm just supporting R.kelly. That's my nigga. I got love for R.kelly.
I understand that. R.kelly sued Jay-Z back then, you know. Well, was it about 70 million or so, something like that? One would think that situation is pretty much over. R.kelly did come on some show years ago, and you know, he kept saying at times, I ain't got no beef with him, you know, I don't have no beef with Jay-Z. So, well, like I said, who knows what's going on behind the scenes. I always felt like this, and I have to be totally honest with you on this one, with when they beef came about, if it was that level of beef, right? And the whole contact with Zay and all of these people, right? That he came into interference with at the Coliseum, right? I always felt like this. I think I asked my question this, why didn't Kelly make so much noise then? I always ask myself that, because I felt that was, after reading that and researching that, I was like, that was his time right there to really go in, to change the marketing, to change the narrative that there is no one out here more empowering over me or you or whatever. We're together, brothers, you know, or this or that. So, but that takes it back to this whole trend about these elite people. You can't say what you want to say or do what you want to do because, you know, somehow somebody out there is capable of blacklisting you and things like that. It's just weird because there's so many of our Black cultured industry people that speaks about this, but yet then you don't even see the unity with the music industry coming together to actually stop it. You really don't. So somebody out there is terrified. Somebody's scared to do something.
Yeah, it's a lot of bitch ass niggas in the music industry. Like you said, they scared. They pussy ass niggas, and they scared. They scared of these Jews who cut them they checks. You know, they scared that they ain't gonna be able to feed their family if they take a stand. And
is it scared, or is it just money greed? Everybody just wants
both. It's both. They got more. They killing people's family. They got niggas selling their souls and sacrificing their families and shit. That shit ain't no conspiracy theory. That shit really going on. Y'all need to wake the fuck up.
I think people have, but I think because of our culture coming from being captured and put into slavery, right? We never had nothing. So the minute that our culture gets out their hands on XYZ amount of dollars, there's not, of course they're going to be submissive to the oppression. Whatever you say, Master. Am I going to get my $100,000 check? how can we break that trend? We can't.
Let me say something else. You asked why R. Kelly didn't say something when he was in position to. Now, think about this. I'm gonna give you an analogy how the feds go, right? When you're in the feds, it's ran by mobs. You got the GDs, that's the biggest car. The second biggest is the vice lords, at least in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the West Coast, it's different, Crips and Bloods, but it's the same operation. Now, if like when I first went to the feds, right? I'm from Milwaukee. Everybody in there from Chicago and MCC. So as soon as I come through the door, 10 GDs, 5 vice lords run up on me, which you is. You know what I'm saying? You need to see your paperwork. Okay, my co-defendant happened to be in the building at the time. He already had the paperwork. So he showed him the paperwork the next day. I was good. But when you in there by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You got GDs who got their people running canteen, and you got the vice lords running this. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing in the industry. It's ran by mobs. If you by yourself, you ain't got no support. In jail, if you by yourself, you might not. In most jails, it's this phone. It might be 4 phones. The GDs got this phone. The vice lords got this phone. You know what I'm saying? If you by yourself and these niggas 20 deep or 50 deep, you could be the toughest nigga in the world. But if you want to use the phone, you got to ask, hey, can I use that phone? If they don't fuck with you, they can blacklist you. The same shit happened in the industry. That shit ran by mobs. So it's easy to blacklist somebody if you ain't part of this organization or that organization.
Gotcha. Yes. It's weird. It's weird. Weird. How weird? Like weird. I don't get it. Because, a lot of our Black men has visited the whole Malcolm X dialogue. I'm not a man, but to understand his message is like it just went over a whole bunch of, everybody's head. And we continue to keep up this crazy fight. I got these notifications coming through heavier. You understand what I'm saying? It's like every here and there we'll get one person that wants to stand up because everybody wants to be large or somebody wants to be in charge. So we can't, I personally do not see no resolution to collective bargaining with anybody. I never, as much as, we pray on it and we hope that it can come together, because we're always going to be subjected to that one person that has to be in the lead, that has to have the most money, and the rules. And so it's sometimes, as much as I want to believe into the big fight and Martin Luther King, we should overcome, or we will overcome. It always feels like that we'll never get there. We'll never get there. I was listening to the Malcolm X, because you talk about that a lot. Malcolm X, the Muslims had a mob, they developed a mob. And I was like, this is good. You got each, what do they call it? The mosses, and you got a mosses of mobs going on over in New York or Philadelphia or over here. How can we get to that equal part of growth together?
Okay.
It's like it's not.
Don't you know? Look, Malcolm X, if he wasn't the most powerful man in the world, he was becoming the most powerful man in the world.
He was becoming the most powerful man in the world alongside of who, Elijah?
Alongside of nobody. Hell no, he left Elijah.
And this is exactly why those mob, I'm just saying, this is what my belief is, why his death came. There was an order. He was ordered to not do something, right? He was asked to not do something and he disobeyed it.
Yeah, I can understand why most people would think Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan killed them. I would say they probably had something to do with it, but that was the government. The government had more reason to kill Malcolm X than they did. Malcolm X, like the population in America right now is like 320 people, right? Okay, Malcolm X had united 700 million Muslims worldwide. So he had more people behind him than everybody in the United States together. That was a threat. That's why he was, it's arguable that whether he was the most powerful man in the world or becoming, but it's either one. I believe he was the most powerful man in the world, and I'm not saying the most powerful black man. He had 700 million Muslims behind him, and not just them, but he had several African nations behind him.
Mhm. And all it took was a handful of Black nation Muslims to join in a force of the federal or whatever to start, go. Yeah, it's crazy. It's
That's
crazy
why
how
I believe. That's why I'm not going to just exclude the thought that the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan, and Elijah Muhammad had something to do with it. Of course, they power was in jeopardy because of Malcolm X, and I believe they do. I mean, I love Farrakhan as a speaker. I get a lot of knowledge from him, but I don't think he was a stand-up nigga like Malcolm X was.
Okay, well, let's move on. Your time spent up in the MCC. Can you tell us the time frame that you were there? Because I want to talk about the protests and yeah, I want to talk about the protests.
I came June 24th, 2019. I left May 19th, 2021.
And 21. The protest was done. We did a walk for chaos. Okay. And the walk for chaos was developed and pushed out there through a lot of people that you see in the chat with the help of OnePapoose and a lot of more people. So we come out, and I think this was during the COVID time. So I did hear you state on the channel that it was possibly one of the reasons that caused you guys to be locked down. Wasn't you guys kind of locked down anyway due to the COVID?
I didn't say that was the reason why we was locked down. We was locked down for the COVID, and when it started opening up, they was letting us out with 15 minutes a day, and within that 15 minutes, we had to choose between phone calls and showers. So some people try to take a 5-minute shower and then get on the phone for 10 minutes. But when y'all start coming up there, they deprived us of that 15 minutes. They deprived us of our shower time. So of course, everybody in there was pissed off. We was already deprived months without being able to call our mama, girlfriend, kids, lawyers. We couldn't call nobody. We couldn't take showers. You know what I'm saying?
Were you mad? Did you get mad?
Yeah, I was mad. Why wouldn't I be mad? I wasn't mad because y'all was protesters. I was mad because y'all protesters gave them a reason to say, well, we not letting y'all out. I would love for y'all to protest, especially on behalf of somebody who I had love for. But when they able to say, well, we can't let y'all out now because of that, then I'm mad at them in the circumstances, not at y'all.
Did you understand? You do understand why we were out there, though, right? It wasn't.
But y'all did this shit like 3 days in a row. The first 2 days was like, okay, damn, we missed our call. After the third day, it's like, hey, R.kelly, tell your people, bro, they fucking up everybody's phone calls and showers.
That was we were out there for the unjust, right? Because I got to go back to the whole Malcolm X thing on you with this right now, okay? You spoke a lot about that. Malcolm X was doing what? He was bringing people together to fight for what? To fight on behalf of, to fight the oppression of the people. So if we're out there for your brother, we were out there for one of your kind. Had you guys, not act as if the protest shut you down and took you away from the phone call, but the bigger picture overall was, if we were going to do R.kelly, we were probably getting it set up to make sure that you were next in line and you were next in line.
Let me ask you this.
Let
me ask you this. Do you think y'all protesting did us more help or more harm. Because it's obvious, I just told you, I wasn't mad at y'all. We wasn't mad at y'all. I was mad that they was able to say, we not letting y'all take showers. We not letting y'all use the phone call because they out there protesting. It wasn't about y'all. It was about the circumstances, like I said, and it was them. And again, y'all was helping. The circumstances of not us being able to wash our ass and use the phone and call our kids and our mama. So at the end of the day, y'all was doing more harm than help to R. Kelly and everybody else in there.
So how do we go from that inclination of trying to help a false, and I'm gonna call it false imprisonment, or a man being done unjustly, or failure to get his due process rights, right? How do we, as the Black culture, or just people in general, come out to stand for something that we assume was, first of all, our rights to do because we were on the sidewalk, granted that it affected you guys momentarily, just momentarily. How do you stand for? How do you stand? But then now we have Ronnie Bo, who now is choosing to stand for R. Kelly.
Look, y'all could have took y'all ass down by the courthouse and protested. Why the fuck would y'all come by the building where they keep locking us up at? What was they gonna do? Who was that gonna help? Who was y'all protesting to? Why is y'all protesting to guards, prison guards, instead of protesting to the court who really got the power to do something about this shit? Did y'all think about that when y'all was protesting?
We were heading there. Everything was just.
Y'all should have stayed there instead of not y'all making it to where we can't call our lawyer and really get help for our case. Y'all wasn't helping about coming down there. Y'all should have went down to the courthouse and protested.
We thought that we were actually doing an okay job. You know why? Because
the
inmates was responding back. The inmates were responding. They were responding. They was cigarette lighting and flashlighting all on the windows. They were beating on the windows. So they wasn't concerned about no showers. They were beating on the windows. Or were they beating on the windows telling us to go to hell away? And the warden came down. The warden could have removed us. The warden actually came downstairs. He could have said, I need y'all to leave, or I'm going to have to lock my inmates up. But he didn't. He just came out. He walked around. He looked, and hey, everything was okay. Not only that, we had the Chicago PD. They was out there with us and everything. So I think that somebody just really wanted to make a fuss and cause a bunch of confusion on the inside as well as the outside. That's how I feel about it. But
everything is everything is opinionated. I respect your opinion, but I just ask you to take mine into consideration. You wasn't in there.
I am.
You wasn't in there deprived of showers and phone calls. I think you would have been just as upset if you was actually in there and you had been deprived of showers and phone calls for months, and then you finally get the opportunity, and they using a just cause to take away your privileges.
Mm-hmm. So is that as well part of your lawsuit? They took away your rights? Okay. How would you implement that into your lawsuit? Because the warden actually would have had the right to shut you down.
No, they ain't had no right to do that. We had rights under the 8th Amendment, the 5th Amendment, and the 4th Amendment for due process, and we have the right to be able to have counsel and talk to our lawyers, and all that goes into that. We was deprived of those rights.
Okay. I mean, because you do know the warden has all rights to shut it down when they want to, though. But in this case, it was a protest, and you're saying that the protest caused that, which it can be an insertion as part of your lawsuit. So, and I understand it, and I can respect that.
Yeah,
I guess you know,
to correct you though, the warden can't just shut the prison down for any reason. But when they can say these protesters is causing a threat to our security, then yeah, they had a right to shut it down.
What type of threat though? What type of
that was their reason. You asked the warden that.
Okay.
They was afraid y'all was going, according to them, they're afraid y'all gonna run up in there
We go.
and carry R.Kelly out.
Was that the part when everybody was to bring him downstairs? Is that what you're talking about? And you know, good God darn well, what floor was he on? Yeah, he ain't getting past all those guards to bring him down.
He was on Unit 19. He was on Unit 19, down there. Yeah.
Mhm. I wanted to ask you, do you have any plans on reaching out to TMZ, Shade Room, a lot of those big medias to help change the perception of what is going on?
See, I did that while I was in there. You know what I'm saying? And fighting a lawsuit, but they were so focused on R. Kelly. And when they asked me about R. Kelly, they wanted a negative narrative about him. And when they seen that I had nothing but positive things to say about him, they didn't want to pick up the story. They didn't care that they was depriving us of our civil rights and human rights and depriving us of showers and phone calls. They didn't care about that. They only cared about, I was in there with R. Kelly, and they wanted me to say, he getting raped in there, and we taking his food and we beating his ass and shit like that. But that wasn't the case. And again, I'm a supporter of R. Kelly. That's my nigga, and I didn't have nothing bad to say about him. I still don't, and I never will have nothing bad to say about him.
Okay. You did mention that he's a good person. You had the time that you got to spend to him. He is a good person. As we go through this, you know, I told you that there is a few bones that I'm going to throw out at you that I kind of caught. I did hear you mention you spoke about the shoe, and you spoke about how I guess you took the lead, you stood up and took it to the appropriate people as far as, you know, bringing him out into general population. How did that take place? Yeah.
Well, I never said I took the lead. I said I was one of the guys who was saying, look, let's try to get R. Kelly on general population with him. And I had a friend that was in a cell next to him in a hole. His name is Keith Davis, that is. And I sent the message to him saying, look, let R. Kelly know, bro, if he get up here, I done talked to the GDs, the vice lords, and everybody else. He good, he's safe. And after that, he took it upon himself to contact his lawyer, have his lawyer put in a motion to get him on general population with us. His lawyer didn't even want him on general population with us because his lawyer knows that snitches and child molesters get killed on general population in most federal prisons. So, you know, R. Kelly was afraid of that himself. And I was one of the guys who, you know, had some talks on his behalf with amongst the guys, you know, who have real power in there, and sent some messages, and, you know, he took that and ran with it, and he ended up on general population with it.
Okay. You stated that your story that about the BOP, was it just a correction officer or what, the BOP officer, right? When you, I guess you were leaving and you indicated that you had left some things inside of, or Mr. Kelly had some books or some materials of yours that you wanted to get. And to your surprise, she opened up Mr. Kelly's cell, in which turn you went inside to receive those things, but Mr. Kelly wasn't there.
I never said he wasn't there.
Was he in the cell when you went in?
Yeah. I never said he wasn't in the cell. Yeah, he was in the cell.
He was in the cell. Okay, because I was like, well, how the hell? Because you indicated that that's how, you know, they opened the gates or whatever, and Farmer ended up getting in as well. So you went to set an example by telling your story that you was leaving, so you wanted to see what happened, and you spoke to one of the officers, and to your surprise, she opened the gate up, and I think you said that you went in, but now that we know that Mr. Kelly was there.
It was just a cell door. It wasn't no gates in the unit, but yeah, she, ironically, she wasn't supposed to open my cell and open his and let me in there. I asked her, can I get my books and other belongings from R. Kelly, my pictures and everything else he had? And, you know, I actually joked at first and said, "Let me in R. Kelly cell. I'm finna whoop his ass." And she was joking. You know what I mean? I have a sense of humor, so I could joke every now and then. But she wasn't supposed to let me in his cell, so I was shocked about that. And I told him that, like, bro, they tripping. I could have came in this motherfucker and stabbed you or anything. Like, yo,
Which
yo,
can
yo.
also be an insert in your lawsuit. You have quite a few
Yeah,
things.
I definitely mentioned that in my lawsuit, but that's something that he should mention for his safety because they put him in danger. But it's definitely documented in my lawsuit.
That's what's up. Let's see what else did I have to ask. Let me see if you got some questions in the chat for a second. Anybody, or y'all just want to hear share? Because we're not going to go too much longer. It's like 10:24. And again,
Hallelujah. Thank you, sweetheart. I need to eat my food,
really,
man.
I'm gonna hold you for a little bit. What you eat?
You held me up from eating not all day, but I'm thinking we finna be on at 9, so I'm
What
trying to
was it?
wait.
9:05, Ronnie. It was 9:05.
I didn't get on here to like 9:40, 9:30.
It's your track phone. What do you mean do about that?
Huh?
It was your track phone.
No, this is my phone. This
It's your track phone.
it worked. It just for whatever reason. Maybe I don't know how to use it well, but I just had her log in on her phone just to get this done.
Yeah, and she came right on though, and I appreciate her. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Let me see what else I needed to ask you something else. So now you have your agenda, which is to you are definitely now on board for advocating for R.kelly, correct? Is that what you're doing?
Him and Larry Hoover and every other black inmate who going through injustice.
Yeah. Have you put yourself in a position where now you have someone else in a position like you may be to be on board with you? Because over here, I think a lot of people have really we've been trying to get a lot of people on board to get this message out. Mr. Kelly's indictment went down 2000, 17, somewhere 18.
19.
They started investigating him and everything. Why do you think that a lot of people fell back from standing up for one of their own? Why do you really think that?
People with followers, they want to be with the in crowd. Surviving R. Kelly made it fashionable to say, "Oh, R. Kelly a pedophile, he a monster." That was the talk. Everybody wanted to be able to have that talk and be on the good side, which was actually the bad side for me because it goes against justice. It wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? And you just got fake. Most people in the world just fake as hell. You know what I mean? And if the media is saying this is what it is, they could tell you niggas went from wearing baggy jeans to tight ass skinny jeans because they put it in the media. People follow these type of trends. If the trend is to say R. Kelly a monster and a pedophile and fuck R. Kelly, then people gonna follow that trend. But then you got real stand-up people like me who like, hold on. They did this shit to Michael Jackson. They did it to Bill Cosby. They did it to Kobe Bryant. They did it to Tupac. They did it to Mike Tyson and many other people who we don't even know of. So why the fuck would I believe it when they do it to R. Kelly?
I have a question in the chat that I do want to ask you. And it is, did you help with any legal paperwork?
You said, did I or can I?
Have you ever helped him with any legal paperwork? Because you're right.
I gave him some documents for him to study.
Okay.
I can't say too much about that though, because he can't read and write. Okay. And we're gonna just leave it at that.
You didn't have any involvement with those, well, let me retract that. Did were you aware of the letters that was read on Choke No Jokes channel? Are you aware of Choke No Jokes channel?
No, I really don't be into none of these podcasts or
Out
nothing
of the
like
media?
that.
Yeah.
I really don't be having. I don't even watch TV. Like anybody who was locked up with me will tell you, I never watched TV. I read books, studied law,
Mhm.
and put together documents for my case. I ain't played board games, none of that shit. Might work out here now and then, but I really don't have time for all the bullshit in the media. I'm like Trump when it comes to that. You know, most of this shit be fake news.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just trying to see how to phrase it. That's all. So, and thank you again for giving me the opportunity to take
Well, thank
up
you.
some of your
This has
time. I
this has
appreciate
been a
it.
great interview, and I like your platform. Your setup, it looks real professional. You know, I like how you
Thank
I like how you confrontational and
you. Said,
controversial. Hmm?
you said it's about marketing. Didn't you say that?
I
Didn't you
said,
talk
well,
about marketing? Didn't you talk about marketing?
yeah, you have to understand marketing, especially when you're doing stuff like this.
And the best marketing to start off with is investing in yourself, right?
Absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
investing in myself. Voila. Invest in myself. Make it happen. Was Farmer, do you know if Farmer was punished? Did he know Rob submitted paperwork on, he says, first question, you got a two-part question. Are you aware if Farmer was ever punished? Because he was transferred, right? And he is what, sitting, is he on death row or something like that? He's got, or do he just have
He got two life sentences,
multiple?
but he got two
Okay,
life
got
sentences.
license. Okay.
But when he did that to R.kelly, like, you know, he was in there with the Latin Kings. The Latin Kings was pissed off about that to the point where he couldn't have. They had to send him out the institution anyway because the Latin Kings had banned him from general population for that.
Oh, really? So what did they just kept him? What, he was in the shoe until his actual transfer?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he'd have
wow.
got fucked up if he'd came back on general population.
But if it was said, some of the word on the curb, you know, the gossip, was said that allegedly, you know, that it was part of them getting at Mr. Kelly by opening the gates and letting him in there to do whatever he wanted to do. So I gotta ask you, if that is allegedly some factual of the gossip out here, then why would they lock up one of their own? Is it just to play out the whole thing that they had nothing to do with it and it would look good on paperwork to cover their asses?
Well, if a fight go down, you gotta go to the hole. If cameras see it and it's certain COs reporting it. I mean, if the government has something to do with it, it don't mean that one of the COs has something to do with it. They just pawns on the chessboard. They just little puppets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the only severity of punishment that they did for him was in the house, put him in the hole, and we're gonna put the paperwork in and get you transferred immediately. That seemed like that's what the outcome was of pretty much. Then he was gone. Was he always a troublemaker up in there, or did he stay to
Yeah,
himself, or this was just a
he was kind of. It's crazy because he was like a smart, stupid motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like he was fighting his own lawsuits and cases too. So he was smart in that sense, but it was something wrong with dude mentally. Like he'd get to yelling and screaming and making funny voices late at night sometimes saying he hearing shit and seeing shit, or you know, I had a situation with him.
yeah.
You know,
Mr. Kelly don't have any tattoos. So most of the guys that do come in and as inmates, right? The correctional officers or whatever, they usually identify who to put where according to body tattoos and stuff, right? Do
I don't
they?
know.
I
I don't know how they
think
assess
that that's
people.
part of how they, I
I
think
don't
so.
know.
Yeah.
I know they do check your
So
background and
a
actually.
question in the chat was, are you a part of a gang? Don't they ask you that?
Am I a part of a gang?
No, that's part of their assessment when
Oh yeah,
they booking you in, right? Yeah, they ask you that. You guys get several
yeah,
questions to know how to place you, right? Is that what, how they determine how to place you as far as in units and stuff, right?
yeah.
Uh, a question says, were you aware that it was a bomb threat called in at the same time as the protests?
No, no,
They
no.
had y'all, yeah, they had y'all hiding and dropping and rolling. It was a bomb threat. I don't know.
I don't even. Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't think that's true. Cause I think we'd have heard about that in there.
Okay. So no, he's not aware of that situation. Okay, on your lawsuit that you presently is working on and is attempting to include R. Kelly as a witness, and I'm hoping many other guys, right? Are you planning
He
on?
already listed as a witness, and I also asked them to reveal the identities of the other 550 inmates that was there, so I can list everybody as a witness. See that it's
And
strategy though. I know they don't want to. They not gonna want to take my case to trial
mhm,
because R. Kelly and these other inmates is listed as witnesses. Even the CO, some of the COs told me there that they will be willing to testify in my lawsuit while I was there. They don't want that, so they gonna settle like all my other lawsuits got settled out.
you have a what is your attorney that is backing you with this current lawsuit?
Well, I need an attorney for. I know the
Uh,
law.
Oh,
I mean, I still got people
okay.
in the. I still got attorneys in the cut who got love for me, work pro bono for me. So if it's something that I don't understand or need to research, I could just call them and say, "Hey, what type of laws is based on this subject, or how can I look up something on this, or what do I do about this?" And they just most of the time they don't charge me.
It just seems like something this large that you would, and I get it that you said that you are capable of being the on defense for yourself and bringing the law to these people of their wrongful doing and the having them bring the burden of proof, which they would have to do as to you know.
Okay, okay. Let me hold on before you get too far off. You said something
Mhm.
this large. Look up my case against the DEA. It's in the Eastern District of Wisconsin. The case number is 17 CV 1192. That case was bigger than this case. If you look into that case, I've never had a lawyer on that case. I fought that case by myself, and they settled. I grabbed them by the balls, and they settled. And I got them by the ball. I got the Federal Bureau of Prisons in MCC Chicago by the balls right now, and they're gonna settle.
Okay. All right. Uh, with the things that Mr. Kelly is going through, we have a lot of notations again out here that a lot of these things are happening to him because of X, Y, and Z. How do you feel with your lawsuit, knowing that the government, or whether if it's a BOP officer or whatever, it's not going to continue to do some demising things towards him? You know what I mean? Are you comfortable with what you're doing, and also knowing that Mr. Kelly would still be in, you know, safe haven, no harm will be done to him, or as far as retaliating, you know what I mean? Are you comfortable with that? Because a lot of things has been
Like,
happening to him, unfortunately.
what,
Like
what could,
denied of medical, he was denied for that. So I'm just saying though, are you comfortable doing what you're doing and knowing in fact that even though you interjected Mr. Kelly name in this and others, what if your government decides to retaliate to keep up harmful or wrongful treatment against these inmates because of something that you decide to do? What about that part of it?
well, everything is based on perspective. If you on one side of the car and I'm on another side, you could see a dent in the car that I can't see because you're on another side. So I see things that you're not looking at. And one of the things you're not looking at is they already did the worst of the worst. What else do they do to them? They just a day or two ago, they took him from the hospital outside of the doctor's you know, request for him to stay there. He should have stayed there. So how worse could it get? The man could die. So at this point, at this point, we're
I'm
not
actually
worried
agreeing
about
with you on your lawsuit. Go ahead.
at this point, we're not worried about retaliation. At this point, I don't know who his close supporters is, but they need to move a little differently. It's time to get aggressive. You know what I mean? Like do I have to do this shit myself? You know what I'm saying? Because all these supporters who hitting me saying, what should we do? What could we do? Do you know about this? Sending me documents. Like, what have y'all been doing before I spoke up? You know what I mean? And it's only a few people. I'm not gonna even name everybody who I think really in this corner. But again, shout out to Tiffany. She's a good person. I got love and respect for her, but everybody else I'm skeptical about. Not everybody else, but mostly everybody else. And that's just being honest. You know, like what the fuck they doing? Like, and then maybe they just don't know. So I excuse them. But if they don't know, then they need to follow the lead of somebody like me or anybody who know what they doing and know how to get justice. Like I got justice in my last 2 lawsuits.
I understand. I can say that I can stand and back behind that lawsuit because it does tie the head of the horse hands. I can say that. And what I mean by that is if there is continuance of violating the laws or the mistreatment or whatever, all that does is just help further your lawsuit because these people should be submitting things into you now to help strengthen it, and then things get straight. Most of the time, it you know, a lot of your officers or whatever will take this as a scare tactic. Oh, well, he can't and he don't do this, and as long as you are still getting the reportings about what you're filing on, then they should be scared. You should not be doing it. So respect to your lawsuit, you know, I 100% can bag behind that because it will bring that type of noise. Either you stop it now or we're going to continue to keep adding on and adding on. And this lawsuit is going to get larger and larger and larger. So mad respect to you on that one. And you're absolutely right about that. So I commend you for that. I'm going to read it. I don't know if you want me to post it up for the chat to, you want me to share it with the chat of what you were saying or what?
You can
Let me
do all
send it.
that.
Okay.
You can,
I'll
but
let you, go ahead.
but my dear Black Queen,
Yes.
man, I'm not gonna rush you, but I need to eat. But could we just
Okay, well, let's do this. Let me send it to my email.
do that. But like a lot of times I've been on these interviews, they'll say, okay, we're just gonna do this, then we're gonna close. So I'm just asking you, let's do what we gotta do, but just remember, just please let's after that or whatever else, let's move towards close.
Okay, no, that's fine. Let me send this here to my email. I'll share it and then you can talk about what it is that you're doing, and then we can close out with that. I'm pretty much.
You can read it though if you need to. Like I don't wanna hinder the effectiveness of your show or nothing like that. So
No, you're not doing that. No, no, no. I enjoyed my time, and I hope you enjoy stay, and feel the need to come back whenever you need to, for us to continue to push, what you need us to push.
okay. I think
That's
this
why
probably been one of the best interviews I did so far. So I appreciate your professionalism outside of you taking all day to send me the link.
Don't even start, because I promise you. Don't even start. Okay, let me, I'm just gonna read it. How about that? I won't waste any more time. Ronnie Bo states in this here letter, says that no, it is in the interest of justice and in public interest for all R. Kelly's loyal supporters to forward this urgent message to wls.dsk@abc.com. He goes on to say, to whom it may concern, ABC 7, y'all know what ABC is, usually Channel 7 News. I, Ronnie Bo, am known amongst all of R. Kelly's supporters as his most rhetorical voice to the public. Rhetorical.
It's a
Okay.
derivative of the word.
You're gonna try to help
rhetoric.
me out, and somebody post a word. Yes, rhetorical. Voice to the public. Moreover, why? Did I still say it wrong? I'm gonna beat
No,
your
you
butt,
said it right.
Ronnie. Oh,
You said it
no,
right
you
that
know
time.
what? We finna just put this up. That's what we finna do. I did. Got your nerves. I mean, correct me, but don't laugh at me when you sitting over here and Sylvia on her channel, they put a word up. You was like, well, shit, I don't even know that word. Really? Don't be trying
No,
to don't do your
speaking
black
my words,
sister. I think he
she's
froze
somebody else's word.
Come on, because now you cracking me up. That lawsuit case number 22-CV05440 is currently pending in the Northern District of Illinois, and it corroborates every complaint that R. Kelly and his attorney, Jennifer Bonjean, are currently addressing about the poor health care that R. Kelly receives at MCC. The lawsuit reveals that the inhumane living conditions at MCC and the inadequate medical MCC is going, and it's in the interest of justice for R. Kelly and other inmates at MCC to be treated like human beings. If not, then the entire general public should be alarmed about the facts that the Federal Bureau of Prisons and other government agencies are not honoring the civil rights and human rights of inmates who have family, friends, and loved ones who care for their life and safety. Please review the YouTube link below, which I will post it as well in my community, you guys, once we get off. Below, and consider interviewing me, Ronnie Bo. So he is open for interviews. Just don't catch him while you're gonna catch him. With regards to such contentions, contentions could develop and emphasize the current story that's circulating throughout the media about R. Kelly's dire health conditions, in a way that would provide insight to the public about just how urgent and unjust this matter is. Ronnie Bo wants to thank you so much for your time and consideration. I have the link, which I will put it into my community for those that wants to click on the link and get more involved and put some backing behind Bo to help push his agenda, as because it does coincide with what we've been out here trying to push. Right now, we have Mr. Kelly, who has a health condition going on, dealing with blood clots in his leg. And we're hearing that it's been there for some time, and he's finding a hard time to receive adequate medical attention over there. And what do you call it? The acetaminophen, I call them hydrocodones or the narcos or whatever, they not working for him. But says Ronnie Bo, born Ronnie Martin, and his number is out there, and you guys can email him, I guess, and get that for him. I don't like giving out numbers, so unless you want me to give it out, it's up to you.
Thanks.
And that's that.
Tiffany is my manager now. No, Tiffany is my manager.
Shout out Tiffany. Yep, shout out Tiffany. Shout out Tiffany.
Tiffany told me I can't give out my number no more because she's my manager now, so y'all got to go through her.
Everybody got to have a PR though. You know what? Look, she always putting there, she got the word up in the chat, rhetorical. Wow, what can I say about her? She has become one of my likings over here. I love her in my chat, and she does spread her endurance and her knowledge quite a bit. So sometimes if I don't see perspective in some of the chats, like I don't even hang around, because what she gonna be doing up in them chats is free R.kelly. She got all the tea and ready to go. So, but yeah, how's that Mayfair Mall over there? They tore down yet?
No, I was just up there.
I like the other mall. What's the other one? Mayfair is okay. What's the other mall?
Bayshore. The Grand Bayshore is only.
I think it's. You got two, Mayfair and then the other one, but
Bayshore.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. Anything else you want to say to the chat? Again, I appreciate you sharing your time. Let your girlfriend know that I appreciate her getting you all logged in over here. I don't have much more, but I do want to leave out with still playing. I like your boat. What's your song? Why are you laughing?
No, I put the camera on her. She tried to push the phone. I put the camera on her.
Come on, camera girl, get on camera.
She ain't my girlfriend either. She just my baby mama. You know, I like older women.
We're not finna do that. We're not finna do that.
Some of the shit I'm the best. And no, you want to jump with me. I'm this. Damn, dude, you got something you want to make it. What do?
Why would you play that out of all songs?
You know, this song is hot. When did you make this song? Let's talk about this. When did you make this song? What is this song about? Before you
I made it in 08, but I made it in 08, but I was talking about somebody, and I told his mama, you know, I'm gonna leave him alone, and I ain't gonna promote that song no more. You know what I mean? So
too late. Oh, that's gonna be my little intro here and there. I guess that's gonna be my. I like that song. I was like, okay, I can do the this shit, but it was something else I wanted to ask you before you go though. One more thing, and I forgot. Oh, you said you like. Oh, yeah. You got to get into your. See, I don't know, because I don't know how your girlfriend finna feel about this.
No, she's just my baby mama.
Okay, are you into multiple women? You like a lot of girlfriends?
I think jail kind of messed me up.
He don't want to go, Dana. He don't want to go. We finna talk about this for a minute.
No, I think jail messed me up because it's been times I've been to jail and certain girls who I thought would be there, you know, I lost contact with and kind of hurt me. So when I got out, and it's like I got asked, I could have this female, that female. It'd be hard because it's like I don't know who to commit to or give my heart to, because I'll be feeling like in any situation that's not so pleasant to them, they'll show their true colors. You know what I mean?
I'm laughing at the chat. Okay, what, before you leave, what do you consider a ride or die ass girl? What define that for me? What's a ride or die ass girl?
Ride or die ass girl gonna be there through the ups and downs. If your ass go to jail and do 4 years, even if she fuck somebody, she gonna write you, she gonna send pictures and come visit you until you get up off that motherfucker. You know, if you broke out here, she ain't gonna talk bad about you. She gonna motivate you and help you get back to where she feel like you need to be. You know, and when you up, she gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? If you the richest man in the world and you fucking up in certain areas, she gonna tell you like, nigga, you tripping. You know what I mean? You shouldn't. You know that just to sum it up.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all heard it all. So, yeah, you want to get into contact with Ronnie Bold. You got to go through his PR. Trans. You got to go through trans and see what you guys can do for that. I am very appreciative. I thank you. Thank you, Ronnie.
I love y'all all. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no doubt. Like I say, anything you come up with, you want to share, you're more than welcome to tap back in and we'll help push it out for you.
Okay, I'll stay in touch.
All right, no doubt.
Y'all take care.
You too. I'll say bye.
And you really get exposed down. Not down and dig out all for yourself. You heard I murdered Sean Wax. It was scared you to death. You shoot down. You know I know my love for you. And you know if you don't. If you know that you know.
I taught you everything you know, but don't hate cause you ain't got the same fame as Bo. If you the shit, I'm an asshole. I spit like camel, son. I want you to be careful how you pick your battles. Bitches worship me like statues, you just my shadow. Damn, Bo, that's your brother, what you shitting on fam for? Cause he's a toilet seat to me and that's what he made for. Besides, he betrayed, Bo, a friend who became foe. Talking behind my back, but wanna smile in my face though. I trained, bro, taught his stupid ass how the game go. He was a good kid, it wasn't in him to slang dope. I bought his soul and it cost me half of my bankroll. Trying to take my place, wanna wear my drawers. Real recognize real and you appear to be false. The hood thought highly of you, you embarrassed us all. Trying to wipe a flipper, we was known for sharing these bros. Who the fuck is German cologne? Don't compare me to dog. I keep my ears to the streets, I never.
He's a model, the true beast. That's why they sleep on the beast off. Batman, you weapon, I'm you 30 years later, you still can't see me. You should be my protege when you was down. I hate you, build your hope and faith. Motivate you, put your own, so how you gonna get played? You ain't going to play, we don't. Down from the golden gate to the frozen state. If you drink all up your face,
Hey, that's club banging, okay? That's some club banging.
Before the street lights came on, I got the holy from heaven sitting campaign like president, and all I ever did was I try to help it. I tell you about each other's friends, but I hope you the better man, because I love you so much that I will let you when you be. you know, it's you
Wait a minute, hold on, hold on. Look at somebody said, I'm a mod. Shannon says, I'm writing citations to a few of y'all in this chat. They in trouble, Shannon? Point them out, Shannon. Who in trouble? Who in trouble? I'm like, he came into my, I got a great wrench. I'm a mod. Did you guys enjoy the show? Everybody enjoyed, you know, I call it a show, interview or whatever. Again, I do appreciate Tiff, Trans, thank you. I had a wonderful time. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. We got through most of what, you know, we could get through. Hopefully he'll come back and give us some more. Give me a minute. I'll drop the link that he posted up in the chat. Right now, he's looking, you know, forward to, you know, jumping on this here and getting things going as far as the situation that has occurred or still occurring at the MCC building, you know, let's get it cleaned up. However, you know, it's been a nation issue, you know, for the longest about the health and everything, but hopefully this one right here will take a stance to have them to start cleaning it up and getting the help that they need, which if it takes hiring more people, more to address medical issues and things of sort, you know, up in there. I remember when R.Kelly was stating, I guess in one of the letters, on how he barely had, you know, enough covering, you know, or that would fit, you know, to cover his feet or this or that. Some people got to use 2 blankets to even find warmth up in there. A lot of people, you know, look at the situation that, oh, you know, well, they're jailed, you know, who gives a damn? But at the same time, we're still talking about dealing with humanity, and nobody who is still breathing on this God green given earth, because it was given to us. We borrowing this, okay? Because he gonna take it back when he bring you home or wherever you're going, upstairs or downstairs. But we borrow this stuff, you know. So we have to come with a lot of respect about it and treat everybody, no matter what the situation is about it, with some dignity. You know, we have to learn to humbleize ourselves in a lot of things and just, you know, let things take its course without, you know, beating each other down. I'm gonna pull up, roll up, smoke up. Who you know, who gives a fuck about all that shit? But obviously, it came to that. Again, out to everyone who has had the opportunity or who will have the opportunity to sit and enjoy their time with Ronnie Bold on their lives. That actually was pretty fun. No need to be so serious about it, because what's going to happen is definitely what's going to happen. It's free R.Kelly all day. Shout out to the people who did not come over to support. Shout out to you too as well. I thank you guys for your super chat. It means a lot to me, and I am grateful for that. With that being said, we're gonna go up out of here. And now we'll talk to you guys soon. I gotta get up at 6 in the morning. Y'all have a beautiful night. And